Today we are going to talk about radical equation. Radical equation is an equation whose unknown quantity is in the radicand. And for us to begin with, let us identify the following if it is a radical equation or not. Let us just write yes if it is radical equation and no if it is not. So let us have number 1. We have 3 square root of x plus 5 is equal to 20. So again, remember, radical equation is an equation if the unknown quantity is in the radicand. So for number 1, we have variable x or the unknown quantity inside the radical sign. So since our unknown quantity is in the radicand, therefore number 1 is a radical equation. So that is a yes. Number 2, we have x square root of 3 plus 5 is equal to 20. Since our unknown quantity is outside the radical sign, therefore number 2 is not a radical equation. So that is a no. Number 3, we have square root of 2x minus 3 is equal to x plus 2. So since we have a known quantity inside the radical sign, we can conclude that number 3 is a yes. And last, number 4, we have x plus cube root of 3 equals to cube root of 3. Since our unknown quantity is outside the radical sign, therefore number 4 is not a radical equation. Now, in solving radical equation, we can use the fact that if two numbers are equal, then their squares are equal. In symbol, if a is equal b, then a squared is also equal to b squared. Example, if square root of 9 equals 3 are equal, then the square root of 9 equals square root of 3 are also equal. So the first one, we have square root of 9 equals 3. So we all know that the square root of 9 is 3 is equal to 3. So that is correct. And then second one, we have 9 squared or square root of 9 squared is equal to 3 squared. So according to the law of radicals, if we have the same index and exponent, we need to cancel it out. So we're going to cancel the radical sign and the exponent. So we are just going to copy the radicand, which is 9 equals 3 squared. We all know that 3 squared means 3 multiplying to itself. So 3 times 3, so that is 9. So obviously, they are equal. So let us have example number 1, which is square root of x is equal to 7. So if we have this kind of equation, we need to square both sides of the equation because our goal is to eliminate the radical sign. So we're just going to square both sides of the equation. So we're going to have square root of x raised to 2 equals 7 squared. And then we need to cancel it out because the index and the exponent are the same. So we are just going to have x equals and then 7 squared, so that means 7 times 7, that is 49. So our value of x is 49. Second example, we have cube root of x minus 6 is equal to 3. So for this type of equation, we need to eliminate the radical sign. So since our index is 3, we need to cube both sides of the equation. So we're going to have cube root of x minus 6 raised to 3 equals 3 cubed. So since our index and exponent are the same, we need to cancel it out. So we are just going to copy the radicand, which is x minus 6 equals 3 cube is multiplying 3 to itself 3 times. So 3 times 3, 9 times 3, 27. So we're going to have 27. And for us to get the value of x, we need to transpose negative 6 to the other side of the equation. So if we transpose negative 6 to the other side, we need to change the sign. So from negative, it will become positive. So we're going to have x equals 27 plus 6. So our value of x is 27 plus 6, that is x equals 33. So that is the value of our x. Okay, let us have another example, which is 4 plus the square root of x minus 2 is equal to x. So since we have 4 here, we need to transpose it to the right side of the equation. So since it is positive, it will become negative. So we're going to have the square root of x minus 2 is equal to x, and then positive 4, it will become negative 4. And then we need to square both sides of the equation for us to eliminate the radical sign. So we're going to have squared. And since we square both sides of the equation, we are going to cancel the radical sign and the exponent. So we're going to copy x minus 2. And then from this, x minus 4 squared, meaning we need to multiply x minus 4 to itself. We're going to have x minus 4 multiplied by x minus 4. And then using FOIL method, we are going to multiply x times x, so that is x squared. And then x times negative 4, that would be negative 4x. And then negative 4 times x, so again, that would be negative 4x. And then negative 4 times negative 4, that would be positive 16. So since we need to combine like terms, we need to transpose x minus 2 to the right side of the equation. So if that is positive x, it will become negative x, and then negative 2, it will become positive 2. So we're going to have x squared minus 4x plus 16 minus x plus 2 is equal to 0. So we transpose x minus 2 to the right side of the equation. And then we need to combine like terms. So let us combine the like terms. So we have here negative 4x, and then negative x. So we're just going to copy x squared. And then negative 4x minus 4x, so that would be negative 8x, minus x, so that would be negative 9x. And then combine positive 16 and positive 2. So 16 plus 2, that is positive 18, is equal to 0. So now we have quadratic equation. We need to factor out the equation for us to get the value of x. So we are going to use factoring. So the factor of this equation is x minus 6 multiplied by x minus 3. Because if we are going to add negative 6 and negative 3, that would be negative 9. And if we multiply negative 6 by negative 3, that would be positive 18. And then zero product property. So we're going to have x minus 6 equals 0 and x minus 3 is equal to 0. And for us to solve the value of x, so transpose negative 6 and negative 3 to the right side. So our value of x is positive 6 and positive 3. So that would be our value of x. So one of the value of x here is an extraneous root. So meaning one of the value of x are part of the solution but not the solution of the equation. So I'm going to flash on the screen the checking for this solution. Last example, we have 3 cube root of x plus 1 is equal to 2. So since we do not have any operation separating 3 and cube root of x plus 1, we are just going to cube both sides of the equation. So we're going to have three cube root of x plus 1 raised to 3 is equal to 2 cube. So we're going to distribute 3 to those terms inside the parentheses. So we're going to have 3 cube times to this term, which is cube root of x plus 1 raised to 3 is equal to 2 cube. Let us simplify. So we all know that 3 cube is 3 multiplied to itself 3 times. So 3 times 3 times 3, that would be 27 times cube root of x plus 1 raised to 3. So cancel it out. So we're going to have x plus 1 equals 2 cubes. So 2 times 2 times 2, that is 8. So we're going to distribute 27 to x. So we're going to have 27x. And then 27 times 1, so we're going to have positive 27. So we need to combine like terms. So we need to transpose 27 to the right side of the equation. So we're going to have 27x is equal to 8. Then positive 27, it will become negative 27. So 8 minus 27, that would be 27x equals negative 19. And then we need to divide both sides of the equation by 27 so that we can cancel it out. So our value of x is negative 19 over 27. So I hope you learn how to solve radical equations. Thank you.